What are you going to tell Sloane? Mom, she whispers. Her voice is thick. I can hear the ache in it. I can feel perfectly well how badly she wants her mom and her sister back in her life, and it damn near kills me. Alan's eyes shine brightly, too. He places a perfunctory kiss on his daughter's head and then squeezes her hand back. I can't tell him this, Pumpkin. I can't lie to them. Not if I can avoid it. So maybe I just don't tell them anything. Maybe that's for the best. I'll be there for them. I'll take care of them and support them. And when the time comes, we can tell them absolutely everything together. It'll be better that way. I can see in her eyes that Sophia doesn't believe this. She knows there's no other way of allowing her father to help, though, which he is determined to do. Okay. Okay, so I guess that's it then. And so the plan was set into motion. Alan called the DEA this morning and told Lowell Sophia had contacted him, asking for money. Lowell took the bait immediately. Alan had to leave right away to get back to Seattle, where he'd arranged to meet up with Denise, which had the added bonus of forcing her out into Mexico as well. It's temporary, of course. She'll be back in a vengeance. The goodbye Sophia shared with her father was heartbreaking. The fact that he knows she's alive and safe, and he can contact her when he wants, is of some comfort to her, though. She seems somber but less panicked than she's been of late. Raphael is gone. Hector is dead. Justice has been served for my uncle, for Lee, for Braun, for the pain and suffering that Sophia endured. We may be left walking a tightrope with the DEA, but our future is looking a lot less fragile than it did a month ago. Everyone can feel it. Loud music and laughter spills from the clubhouse doors as Danny reels drunk out into the night. He staggers off toward the barn, mumbling something about fresh air. Sophia and I hover outside the building for a moment, arms around each other, listening to the raucous shouting and revelry taking place inside. I think about the black bag I had Cade hide under the bar earlier. The bag with my tattoo gun neatly packed away inside, and the black ink I plan on marking this beautiful, brave, wonderful woman with in just a few hours. She has no idea what's about to happen, of course. She has no idea that I'm about to make her drink a foul, disgusting bottle of whiskey and make her lie down for me so I can tattoo her, making her a full, official member of the Widowmakers MC. I wrestle with the smile that wants to spread across my face as she looks up at me, her eyes wide and clear. You look like you're up to no good, she tells me, tucking her hands on the inside of my t-shirt. You've got that look on your face. It's making me nervous. I kiss the end of her nose, sighing. Well, you know, you can always call Kansas. She won't, though. I know her inside and out, and she knows me. We were born for each other. Our futures hold pain and suffering, there's no doubt about it. But the joy and the beauty of what we will experience as we share our lives with one another outweighs the hurt. It'll all be worth it. I can see it now, and so can she. I can tell by the way she's looking at me. Still want to marry me? I whisper into her ear. She makes a soft, subtle sighing sound at the back of her throat. I still want to marry you, Louis James Overton III. In spite of everything. Because of everything. I still want to be your wife. Good. Now let's go inside. I have this bottle of scotch I want you to try. That was Ransom by Kelly Hart, read by James Lindgren and Kelly Burke.
Audible hopes you've enjoyed this program.
Here's a recommended preview based on your listening. To listen to the full title,
This is Audible.
Podium Audio presents Consider Me, Book 1 of Playing for Keeps, written by Becca Mack, performed by Kasha Kensington and Alex Kidd.
Lacey, the blonde bombshell from the... Number 13. Carter. Fuck. Rolling onto my back, I inhale sharply and throw a hand over my head. I'm fucking spent, so I take a moment to catch my breath before I toss my legs over the edge of the bed and sit up, pulling the condom off my quickly deflating cock. My tongue swipes at a bead of sweat that clings to my top lip, and I plow my fingers through my hair. No, Laura whines, sticking her bottom lip out. She nearly launches herself across the bed, reaching for me when I stand. Don't get up yet, Carter. I hold up the condom. That should be explanation enough, no? Just throwing out the condom, Laura. Her light brows knit together. Lacey. I stifle a laugh. Oops. Right. Sorry. Lacey. We could go again, Lacey calls, while I toss the condom in the bathroom trash can. I lean my forearm on the wall as I take a leak in the toilet. We could go again. I like sex. I love sex. Even better when it's with girls like Laura. Oh, fuck. Lacey. Lacey, the blonde bombshell from the cover of Maxim in August last year. I remember that much because she told me 13 times at the bar tonight. I started counting when the M word left her mouth the third time. We could absolutely go again, but I have an itch to watch her leave. An itch for some well-deserved privacy. Contrary to popular belief, I actually value my alone time, even if it could be better spent with body parts buried in girls who had been mostly naked on the cover of a magazine at one point in their lives. Don't get me wrong, Lacey's the kind of girl you don't think twice about getting into bed with when you just want to have some fun. That's why we fucked like rabbits for the last 30 minutes without pause, after I got her off in the elevator on the way up here. Maybe I'd been feeling generous, or maybe I was in the mood. But the truth is, I just wanted to shut her up. I mean, I got it the first 12 times. She was on the cover of a magazine. I thought 13 was supposed to be a lucky number, not a bad omen. Can't, I finally answer, washing my hands while checking myself out in the mirror. I've got a nasty split down the center of my swollen lower lip. I got off easy tonight. The other guy didn't. Got an early flight. Our flight isn't until noon. I simply don't want her to stay. Crossing my arms over my bare chest, I lean against the doorframe and watch her snuggle beneath the blankets. Yeah, definitely not happening. You should probably head out. Scooping her dress off the floor, I hold it up in front of me so she can't see the face I'm making. I have undershirts bigger than this. Don't get me wrong, it looked great on her. I had an eye full of tits and ass the second she strode by our table and gave me the fuck me eyes. I toss it toward her. That's all she has. No bra, no panties. Fuck, that should have been my warning, shouldn't it have? I yank my boxer briefs back up my legs and plant my hands on my hips, watching her, waiting. She's not doing a damn thing, just staring up at me with wide blue eyes. She seems to be under the impression the larger she makes those things, the easier I'll sway. I can't even begin to tell her how wrong she is. I scratch my scalp. Rocking back on my heels, I clap my fist into my palm a couple times, click a beat out with my tongue, and wait for her to fucking do something. This is so fucking awkward. Can I stay here tonight? Her quiet voice finally squeaks. This question again. I get it every time. I don't know why. Is it because they genuinely want to stay, or because each woman I mess around with is secretly holding out hope they'll be the one to change Carter Beckett's ways, to make him want to settle down? Sometimes I think there's a pool going with a prize for whoever the winning girl is. Oh, wait. There is. The prize is the captain of the Vancouver Vipers' 8-figure salary. My answer is the same every time. I don't do sleepovers. but I... Her chin quivers, watery gaze trembling. For fuck's sake, I can't with the tears. We met all of 2 hours ago. What's she crying over? I thought we got along well. I thought you liked me. I liked hanging out with you tonight, I manage, running a hand over my nape. The sex was a solid 7 out of 10. You were lots of fun. The past tense is meant to emphasize that this is over. This is where we part ways and likely never see each other again. But instead, it has the opposite effect. A broad, bright beam spreads across her face. Maybe we could go on a date. Oh, for the love of... I resist the urge to slap a palm to my face. Actually, I don't. I drag that shit down my face in slow motion before scrubbing it back up, all while suppressing a groan. Points for that. We live in different countries. Shit, we're not even on the same coast. We literally couldn't be farther apart. She's in Florida, I'm in Vancouver. Well, maybe I could come to Van... No. Irritation prickles the back of my neck, my jaw tightening as I turn away and find the slacks I discarded by the hotel room door the second we came barreling in here. I pull out my phone and open the Uber app. I don't date. I'm sorry. I'm not looking for anything serious right now. I honestly don't understand how this is a conversation I still need to have. I'm not shy about my personal life. No, that's bullshit. Nobody knows shit about my personal life except my teammates and family. But those hours in between games and passing out alone in my bed, I'm not shy about those hours. I'm photographed with different women every weekend. Girls know what they're getting into with me. There's even forums. Ones where they bitch about me treating them like a one-night stand, all while hoping for a second ride on my stick. But that's what they are. All of them. One-night stands. They know that going into it, yet consistently leave disappointed when that's exactly how it plays out. I stuff my phone in my pocket, returning my focus to the woman on my temporary bed. She's fingering the silky red fabric in her hands, eyes on me. I ordered you an Uber, I tell her. He'll be downstairs in 5. Her jaw hangs, with surprise or the urge to argue, I'm not sure. All I know is I need her to get dressed so I can get her the hell out of here and have some peace and quiet before my head explodes. Look, Lauren. Lacey. Lacey. Right, sorry. Look, Lacey, I had a great time with you tonight, but it's over now. I travel way too much to maintain anything serious. Is that the only reason, then? She slips her hand in mine, letting me tug her from the bed. My gaze dips down her body because I'm not blind. She's a fucking rocket. All long, bronzed limbs, a killer rack, and a tight little stomach. Because you don't have time with your hockey schedule? Yes, I lie. I don't have time. I could make time, I suppose, if I was interested. But I'm not. I'm never interested. Oh. At the very least, it seems to appease her. Maybe it makes her feel less self-conscious. I don't know, and don't particularly care. The only women I care about are my mom and sister. And Kara, I guess. Well, can I get your number? Fuck no. I don't give out my number. Before she can reply, the door to my suite beeps twice and swings open. You still up, Beckett? Want to grab a quick game before... Oh, for fuck's sake! My teammate and best bud, Emmett Brody, pauses at the edge of the bedroom, eyes bouncing between me and... Lacey. He holds a hand up, shielding himself from her. I guess he thinks Kara might castrate him if he even looks at another woman. In all fairness, she might. She's one fierce chick. This is why I room with Lockwood. Yeah, he's been doing that for about a year now. Emmett and I used to room all the time before he met Kara. Occasionally, I convince him to do it again, but he and Lockwood are both in serious relationships, so I guess they don't like to chance having random naked girls in their room while we're on the road. I get that. I think. I mean, I don't know a thing about relationships, serious or otherwise. She's leaving, I tell Emmett, peeking around his hand shield to look at Lacey. She's still naked. She also doesn't seem to give a shit Emmett is standing here. In fact, her gaze drags down his body and then back up. And that's the thing. Girls, regular girls, and girls who've been on the cover of Maxim don't give a shit who it is they sleep with, so long as he's on the roster and making millions. That's why they're called puck bunnies. They hop from one player to the next. Your ride's here, I say to Lacey. Might want to get dressed, sweetheart. Well, He's got a girlfriend, and I'm not interested. Annoyance slices my tone and makes my jaw tick. I want to play COD with my friend and pass out face first in my pillow. She needs to go. Lacey blinks up at me. Finally, she tugs her dress over her head, red silk draping perfectly over her narrow hips. Fuck, she's hot. I may not remember her name when she walks out this door, but I will remember that.
Can I give you my number? That way you can call next time you're in town, or if you change your mind and want me to fly.
Sure. I clip out, cutting her off because, please don't finish that sentence. I gesture to the pad of hotel paper and pens sitting on the bedside table because I'm sure as shit not letting her touch my phone. The last thing I need is a stage 5 clinger messaging me or my phone number floating around the internet. I don't give it out to girls. Ever. Write it down. Emmett's eyes widen, the corner of his mouth curving with a smirk as he moves past me, heading into the bathroom. Lacey follows me to the door, and I heave it open. She pauses there, looking up at me like a lost puppy. She can pout all she wants. I'm not fucking taking her home with me.
Well, thanks for tonight. Hopefully I'll see you again.
Hopefully. Unlikely. Her smile is so bright I almost feel bad. But then she leans in to kiss me on the lips, and I turn my head at the last moment. She gets my jaw. Bye, Lauren. I flip the lock when the door slams.
Lacey!
She screams out from the hallway. Emmett strolls in, shaking with laughter. You're such an asshole, Carter. I follow him to the couch while he cues up the Xbox, sinking down on the opposite end as I adjust my junk. They don't get it. I'm not looking for a relationship. I snag the half-empty box of Oreos off the coffee table and twist one apart, looking at the icing. Why does every girl think they're gonna find a boyfriend through a one-night stand? So you're shitting on their hopes and dreams at a happy life with a man who loves them? Hopes and dreams? What the fuck? Kara's turning you into a marshmallow. They can hope and dream all they want, just not with me. Because you'll never settle down? I lift a shoulder and let it fall. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Not anytime soon. He chuckles, shaking his head as he tosses a controller into my lap. One day, some girl is gonna walk into your life and flip your whole world upside down, and you're not gonna know what the fuck to do with yourself except drop to your knees and beg her to never leave. My head bobs as I throw another cookie in my mouth. That'll be the day I settle down. Chapter 2. Bed is greater than sex. Carter. The downfall to international winter travel is 100% the brutal shock to your system when you return home to British Columbia in the middle of December, after coasting through Florida and North Carolina for a couple of days. We're bordering on the edge of a deep freeze, straddling that 0 degrees Fahrenheit line. Despite the fact that it's highly unusual for the West Coast, it's also technically not even winter yet. I live in North Vancouver, where it tends to be just slightly more reminiscent of a typical Canadian winter, but nothing like this. It feels kinda like a bad omen, but I typically choose to ignore obvious signs. Still, it's cold as fucking balls. I'm recovering from a hangover. I spent 5.5 hours on a plane today playing euchre with my teammates, and I lost every goddamn game except one. Today's one of those rare Saturdays where hockey doesn't exist for our team, and instead of spending it at home in my sweats while I deep dive into a Disney marathon and an extra large pizza, I'm walking through a blustery night heading to a fucking surprise birthday party. Oh, I'm fucking pooched, man, I groan, stuffing my hands a little farther into the pockets of my wool coat as I stroll down the sidewalk, using my teeth to tug my scarf up to my chin. Fucking same, Garrett Anderson, my right winger, drawls, East Coast twang slipping in like it does when he's tired or drunk. Right now, it's the former. Nearly bailed, but thought better of it. He grabs at his crotch. I like my balls where they are, thank you very much. His worry isn't lost on me. The birthday girl has threatened to castrate us on several occasions for much tamer offenses. On her bad side is the last place I want to be on Kara's 25th birthday. She's scary enough as it is. And now we've missed that part where you jump out and yell, "Surprise!" I'm banking on her already being 3 drinks deep by now, and happy enough with the glittery pink gift bag hanging off my forearm to forget she's mad at us. And we all know you don't miss a chance to dip your stick, Garrett adds, tipping his head across the road toward the bar we're heading to. Not normally, but I'm fucking tired as hell. I've already decided on bailing early to head home to sleep in the bed I've missed for the last 4 nights, sans somewhere warm to bury my dick. The idea of sleeping in my own bed is too good an idea to pass up. Call me crazy, but no sex is worth a good night's sleep when you run my mouth pulling up when he rolls his eyes. I can keep it in my pants for one night. He jogs ahead of me, crossing the street when a gap appears between traffic. Doubt it. Oops, I murmur when I accidentally jam my elbow into his side as I push past him, reaching for the door. With a grin, I hold it open, gesturing for him to go on ahead of me. The bar looks as I expected it to. A fuck-ton pink and a shitload packed. I usually thrive on chaos, which is maybe why my spine straightens at the boisterous laughter, the loud music. But I just want to post up in the corner of the bar with my teammates and sip a cold beer or two. In addition to the pink, there's a whole lot of gold and floral. Thank fuck for Kara's best friend, because we were nearly on decor duty until Emmett told us she had it handled. I haven't met her, but she's gotta be pretty brave to willingly take on party decor when the birthday girl runs her own event planning business. Disappointing Kara is never something I want to be responsible for. See the aforementioned castrating. Gerber! Carter! Immediately following the screech, a body hurls itself into my arms, knocking the air straight from my lungs as long limbs wrap around me. Happy birthday, Care, I sing-song as the toasted birthday girl slithers down my body before crushing Garrett in a hug. Kara eyes the little pink bag in my hands, bouncing on her toes in her sky-high heels. Ooh, gimme, gimme. I tisk, holding the bag away from her. Where are your manners? Her blue eyes roll as she pops a hip. Gimme my fucking present. Please. I snort a laugh, shoving it into her greedy hands. From Gare Bear and I. I hit Garrett with a wink, because the unimpressed face he makes, pulled down brows and deep frown, tell me what I already know. The only people who get away with that nickname are his little sisters and Kara. Kara wastes no time tearing the bag apart, ditching the tissue paper over her shoulder. Opening the small velvet box inside, she squeals. She pulls out the platinum chain, the diamond-encrusted letter C hanging from it, and shakes it in my face.
Put it on! Put it on!
I watch her twirl, sweeping her silky, waist-length golden locks off her back and over her shoulder. My brows inch up my forehead as my eyes follow the curve of her spine down to her round ass. Backless dress. Nice. Look, she's one of my best friend's girls. I'd never, ever touch her. But I'm a man with two eyes on his face. I can appreciate a good-looking woman without a desire to act on it. Garrett lands an elbow in my rib cage, making me keel over with an oof. He snatches the necklace from Kara's outstretched hand, fastening it around her neck. She's still squealing, hands clasped together as she bounces forward with a peck on the cheek for both of us. Hooking her arms through ours, she guides us into the bar.
You guys are gonna have the best time. I just know it. My friends are amazeballs. Especially my bestie. I can't wait for you to meet her.
She levels me with a look that tells me to cut the shit before I've even started.
I need you to be on your best behavior tonight.
I throw my hands in the air. What the fuck does that mean?
You know what it means. Don't try any funny business with Liv.
Who's Liv? She scoffs.
Olivia, my best friend.
Oh, right, her. I've somehow managed to avoid meeting her for a year, which is probably for the best and definitely at the hands of Emmett. He's mentioned something along the lines of me fucking her once and breaking her heart, which somehow ultimately winds up with Kara dumping him and it being all my fault. So I guess I'm not allowed to touch her or whatever. It's fine by me. At least for tonight. I've got a handful of message requests in my Instagram inbox from Lacey, reminding me exactly why I should take a week or two off from women. Hard to forget her name when she sends 13 goddamn messages in a single hour, the exact amount of times she mentioned being on the cover of Maxim. Coincidence? I think the fuck not. The more I think about it, the more exhausted I am with the idea of entertaining someone else tonight. It only further cements the idea of going the fuck home and passing the fuck out face first in a package of Oreos. Kara leaves us with the promise of catching up later, dancing across the floor toward a group of girls. Garrett and I find the rest of our unruly teammates huddled in the corner. By the looks of it, they're at least halfway in the bag already, drinks sloshing over the floor as they slam their glasses around, howling with laughter. There's nothing like a Saturday off for my boys. How did you two manage to miss the surprise? Adam Lockwood, our goalie, claps my hand before tipping his beer to his lips. Lucky bastards. I catch the bartender's eye and mouth, Mill Street. With a nod, he starts filling a pint glass. Got stuck at my mom's, I explain, peeling off my coat. Not sure that's any better. I made the mistake of stopping off at my mom's immediately after landing. She's one of those people that suddenly remembers everything she forgot to tell me when it's time for me to leave, and it can never wait until a next day phone call. She never stops talking. It was 7 when I finally left, and I still had to go home and shower. Woody. I nudge Adam's arm. Where's your girl? I swipe my beer off the bar top, noticing he's missing the redhead who's normally hanging off his arm. Except, she hasn't been doing that so much lately. Can't remember the last time I've seen her, come to think of it. He runs a hand through his dark curls and clears his throat. Court had other plans. Kara's being a good sport, but I can tell she's not too happy. I don't have time to comment on his girlfriend being a no-show again, and to an event that's been in the works for at least 2 months, because a heavy hand clasps my shoulder and my beer sloshes over the side of my glass. I know it's Emmett the moment he wraps me in one of his suffocating bear hugs. And I know he's drunk the moment his slurred words, hot and smelling strongly of bourbon, fan across my cheek. "You're late." "Sorry, dude." I give his hair a quick ruffle, mostly because it's fun to rile up such a big, burly guy. "Little drunk, big guy?" He slaps my hand away, turning his attention to the party. "Did Kara already tell you you're not allowed to sleep with any of her friends?" A groan rumbles in my chest as my head rolls backward. "Yes," I moan. My gaze roams the expansive bar, through the sea of people moving together on the dance floor. "It's a moot point. I'm not feeling it." I'm not." The words die on the tip of my tongue as a shot of desire dips down my stomach when my eyes settle on her. Not, tonight." The pads of my fingers lift from my glass as I gesture haphazardly with it. "The thing." "Pardon?" I look to Emmett, then back to her. I forget what we're talking about, but nothing can be as important as the petite, drop-dead gorgeous brunette dancing with Kara. If I'm being honest, dancing is entirely too loose of a definition to describe the way those two are moving together. I don't know what to call it, but fuck me. Kara wraps one protective arm around her tiny friend, tugging her closer, and my jaw sure as fuck unhinges as I watch the two of them move together. My eyes follow every line of her body, every single movement, as the stunning little thing tosses her dark hair over her shoulders and drags her tongue over her top lip. She throws her arms up in the air, head tipping to the side to hear whatever Kara's whispering in her ear. I watch with rapt attention as her head lolls backward, her face erupting with laughter. I'm entranced, fixated, obsessed. I can't look away, and when Kara's hands grip her friend's waist, slipping in slow motion down to her hips, I fight a groan, 'cause I kinda think I want to do that. "Don't even think about it, Carter." I manage to drag my gaze away to eye Emmett. "What?" "I said don't even fucking think about it." His head wags. "No, not her." "Not her? Her who? Who is she?" My eyes find her again as a man I don't recognize tugs her into his chest. Boyfriend. Fuck. A triumphant noise vibrates in the back of my throat as I watch her give him a sheepish grin, shaking her head, her mouth telling him no thank you, before she drops his hand, turning her back on him and me. And sweet holy hell, that backside. Creamy shoulders guiding the way down a milky spine beneath the strobe of lights above. The dip of her waist softens into the sweet curve of her wide hips. Her black leather skirt is painted on so tight, hugging every edge of her. I have to wonder how the fuck she got it on, and how the hell I'll peel it off her later. Scissors, I decide. I'll cut it off her, and then throw her a bill for a new one. Garrett reaches forward, touching his fingers to my chin, closing my mouth. "Christ, Beckett, you good?" I flail a hand out in her direction, all loopy. "Dude, that's all I've got. Aren't they seeing this?" Garrett follows my gaze and hums appreciatively, but Emmett ruins it with an eye roll that's somehow audible. I'm serious, Carter. Kara will feed you your balls if you touch her. I can handle Kara. Emmett snorts. Garrett chuckles, and Adam hammers a fist into his chest as he chokes out a cough. Nobody can handle Kara, not even Emmett. Kara can't even handle Kara half the time. Clearing my throat, I bring the rim of my glass to my lips. What's her name? Emmett's still shaking his head like a jackass.
No, not telling you.
I watch as she swipes her hair from her damp forehead, sweeping her loose, dark curls over her shoulder. She tugs on Kara's shoulder and presses up on her toes to whisper in her ear before she turns away, strolling across the floor, hips bouncing back and forth, before she hoists herself up on a bar stool with great effort and grins up at the bartender. When he slides a beer over to her with a wink, she blushes, averting her eyes. Cute. I'm oddly captivated by the way she slings one leg over the other and lifts her glass to her mouth, draining nearly half of it in one long pull like it's her day job, and I stand a little taller when she starts scanning the room. She skims over me, then past me, then bounces back to me. Crimson heat creeps up her neck and paints her cheeks when she realizes I'm watching her, so I flash her my signature crooked grin, pulling my dimples all the way in, and laugh when her head whips around. She glues her gaze to the TV screen overhead and promptly begins to pretend like she hasn't seen me. I'll go find out myself. I clap my friend on the back and wink at my teammates. Excuse me, boys. Right. Good luck, Beckett. Emmett drowns his exasperated laugh in his drink. I guarantee she won't buy what you're selling. You'll never land her. Never land her? Unlikely. I'm the captain of our hockey team and one of the highest paid players in all of NHL history. I can't go to the grocery store without getting a phone number or a proposition, which is why I use a grocery delivery service now. I lay a palm on my chest, walking backward with a grin. You know how I feel about challenges. I don't make out his sentence as I turn my back on him, just the words funeral and balls in a soup, which are definitely scary, but not scary enough to deter me. Chapter 3. First times suck. Carter. There's an awful lot of heat rolling off her body when I sidle up next to her, and I'm crediting the blush she's still wearing, the only telltale sign she's aware of how close in proximity I am to her. She can't not know, but she sure as shit does a good job of acting like she has no clue I'm standing here, pretending to be interested in the commercial on TV. It's one of those SPCA ads with Sarah McLachlan and a fuck ton of cute puppies, and she looks like it's killing her to keep watching. One look at the tiny thing has me pinning her as the type that cries when she watches this. I know because my mom and sister cry every time. Last year, my sister stole my credit card and donated $1,500. With a hum, I sink down to the stool beside her, and when I spread my legs, my thigh brushes hers. She tries like hell not to let it, but her gaze slowly falls to the connection, and I think it's incredible she can blush more than she already is. I watch that ruby red heat spread throughout her cheeks as she focuses back on the TV. I don't know what game she's playing, but I'm in. I can stare at her all damn day. I drop my elbow to the bar and my chin to my fist, intent on studying her gorgeous face longer than I've ever studied anything. Long, thick lashes frame pretty eyes, warm and wide, like a cup of espresso. A faint dusting of freckles splatter across her cheekbones and down her nose, just as dainty as the rest of her. And her bowed lips, painted cherry red and turned down at the edges, showcase the perfect scowl. It's a shame. They'd look incredible wrapped around my...
What?
My brows quirk at her biting tone, the sharp slant of her eyes as she glares at me. Her lashes flutter as her eyes fall shut for a moment, and she pushes a quiet sigh past her lips, like she needs a second to get a handle on herself.
I'm sorry.
She apologizes after a moment, shifting in her seat.
I didn't mean to be rude. Is there something I can help you with?
I lift my drink to my lips. Nope. She twists in my direction, shoving my knees aside with her own.
No. You came over here to stare at me?
Pretty much. I take in the deep plunge of her lacy black top, noticing her heaving chest. Christ, she's incredible. Arrogance swells in my chest when I find her checking me out, too. Can I buy you a drink? She jolts in her seat, too lost in her assessment of me, but recovers quickly with a slight shake of her head. I think it's more for herself, not me.
No thanks.
She brings her beer to her mouth for another long pull, tongue peeking out to flick over the drop of amber liquid that clings to her top lip when she pulls away.
Already got one.
Once you're done, then. Which'll be in approximately 10 seconds, the way she's been pounding that thing back.
I can buy my own drinks.
She snaps, before tacking on a quiet,
But thank you.
as if that erases the sting of her tone. Her fingers drum at the wood as she keeps on sipping, eyes floating around the bar like I might disappear if she doesn't look at me, and I'm not sure why, but I smile. I wasn't insinuating that you couldn't. I simply meant I'd like to buy you one and sit here next to you while you drink it.
Right. But you're already doing that.
She points out, tipping her head to the side as she inspects me, with such a healthy dose of suspicion I'm ready to admit to a crime I didn't even commit. A chuckle slips out of my throat, along with the word shit. She must not know who I am. How do you know Kara?
She's my best friend.
She replies coolly, like she'd rather be anywhere else instead of sitting here talking to me. Ah, the elusive bestie. Now I know why Emmett told me to stay away. She swivels on her stool, scanning the bar, looking for Kara, I'd guess. If she's not, she's simply trying to not look at me. Anywhere but at me, by the way her eyes move over my shoulder, around the shape of my body. Really? Shame we haven't met before now, huh? Kara's been keeping you all to herself. I hold up 2 fingers for the bartender, then point at my new friend's glass. What's your name? I'm pretty sure Kara already told me, but I didn't care then. I care now. She huffs out a wary exhale as her new beer appears in front of her. I know she likes beer, so she must really not want to give me the time of day. Only makes me want it more.
You didn't have to do that,
She mutters.
but thank you.
I resist the urge to laugh, 'cause I don't see it winning me any brownie points. This internal battle she's got going on, stuck somewhere between biting my head off and being polite, is entertaining to watch. And I'm still waiting for her name, so I sit here silently, sipping on my beer, because I'm bound to say something stupid and fuck it up if I open my mouth right now. I've been told I lack a filter, something most ordinary people have. But I'm not ordinary. I'm Carter Beckett. Another sigh, like she's resigning to the fact that I'm not going to get up and walk away, simply because she doesn't resent easily. I hate to tell her this, but I've never wanted to stay put so badly.
Olivia.
The name drifts softly across the space between us, and I hum quietly as I roll it around in my head, trying it out there first. Nice to meet you, Olivia. You can thank me for that beer later, if you'd like. I wink and spread my legs out wide, getting comfy. Her brown eyes drop, following the movement, and she snorts a laugh. I don't think a girl has ever snorted in front of me. It's oddly endearing.
I'd rather bury my face in a mountain of snow out front.
Another sip before she lifts her glass in acknowledgement.
I'm going to keep my drink, simply because I know better than to waste good beer. And you're going to accept the verbal thanks I gave you a minute ago.
Oh, I think I like her. Playing with fire is always fun, and the more I play, the more I realize Emmett was, dare I say it, right. Looks like I might have my work cut out for me here. I'm up for the challenge. Fuck knows it's been a long-ass time since I've had to work to get anyone into bed. I'd hate to let all my talents go to waste. And I can't imagine someone more worthy of the effort than the saucy brunette who's still scowling at me. You don't know who I am, do you? Olivia's dark eyes scan my face over the rim of her glass.
Trust me.
She starts slowly, a hint of amusement lacing her tone as she leans toward me.
I know exactly who you are.
And who's that, sweetheart?
Carter Beckett.
I'm not sure I've ever heard the two names spoken so plainly, and I don't know whether to pout or laugh at the way she twists away to focus her attention back on the TV, as if she doesn't give a single shit who I am.
Captain of the Vancouver Vipers. And you can take that sweetheart and stuff it up your ass.
Beer slides down the wrong tube, and I cough once, slamming my fist against my chest. I may be choking, but I see it right there in the corner of her mouth, the hint of a smile, and that only spurs me on. Not a hockey fan, huh?
Loved it. Played for 15 years.
My brows skyrocket. No shit. My thumb skates across my jaw at the idea of messing around with a girl who has a decent grasp on the concept of hockey, let alone one who played the game. House league? She snorts again. It's fucking adorable. All right, I'll take that as a hell no. My gaze skims her curves, the length of her toned calves, her strappy black heels. You're a tiny little thing. You must have gotten rocked out there.
Don't you worry, Mr. Beckett. I can hold my own.
Spent some time in the penalty box, did you?
Almost as much time as you do.
She replies with a hint of delight, those chocolate eyes gleaming with mirth as they flick to the split in my lip from the fight I got into at last night's game. My grin cracks my face in two. Bullshit, she's not at least a little bit interested in me. I draw closer, her magnetism irresistible. My condo's right down the street.
How very convenient for you.
It's only a 10-minute walk. Olivia lifts her beer to those kissable lips.
So close.
I can get us an Uber if you prefer. She chokes out a laugh, slapping a hand over her mouth in an attempt to stop the onslaught of beer rushing out of it. I'm riveted, watching as she dabs at the corner of her mouth and wipes the bar around her. The amusement dancing in her eyes has me feeling pretty confident about the direction we're heading tonight. Right down the street to my condo.
Oh, Mr. Beckett. You are as naive as you are pretty.
She lays her palm on my chest, giving it a patronizing pat.
The very last place I'm going is home with you.
Why? My face dips closer, and I notice the exact moment her breath catches in her throat. Her tongue peeks out, wetting her bottom lip, spurring on my next whisper. I wanna fuck you silly. Maybe put you in the penalty box. Olivia's face breaks with a snicker, and it's as cute as the snort.
You can't seriously tell me you pick up women with lines like that.
No, of course not.
Thought so.
I grin. Normally, my name and pretty face are more than enough. I snag a loose curl, twisting that lock of dark brown, a little bit of caramel winding through it, and twist it around my finger. She's got pretty hair, and pretty eyes, pretty lips, pretty thighs, pretty tits. Fuck, she's just pretty. With a gentle tug, I urge her forward and smile at the way she comes, like she doesn't realize she's giving in to the pull. We can get there in 8, if you're game for a piggyback ride. My gaze drops to her legs, and I lick my lips when I meet her innocent, wide stare. Wrap those pretty little legs around my waist before I wrap them around my face. Heat rolls off her body in waves, her lips parting on a staggered inhale. Olivia pulls back abruptly, putting enough distance between us that the air around me cools. Clearing her throat, she pulls out her phone and starts flipping aimlessly through Instagram like she's bored out of her fucking mind.
What a terrible idea that sounds like.
I beg to differ. Her eyes sparkle with mischief as she meets my stare.
You're right. My feet are sore from all this dancing. The piggyback sounds wonderful.
She smiles at the way I chuckle, and then tacks on a more sincere tone.
I don't do one-night stands, Carter.
Well, shit. That's about all I've got space for in my repertoire. I skim my lower lip with my teeth, eyeing the way her fingers drum her glass, the way she peeks at me every few seconds to see if I'm still watching her, the flush that creeps into her cheeks when she realizes I am. Her body language, the nerves that make her fidget under the heat of my stare. It doesn't match her snarky comebacks, and somehow it only makes her more intriguing. All right, I say, before I've even really agreed to it in my head. Fuck it. Why the hell not? If there's a woman I'd ever want to see again, it might be Olivia. Why stop at just one night? I've got a feeling you're the type of song I'd play on repeat. I might even consider waiving my no sleepover rule. We can go all day long tomorrow before I send her on her way. I slap a palm to the wood and jerk my head in the direction of the door. Let's go, beautiful. Her jaw unhinges.
You're joking.
I'll even take you for breakfast in the morning. I flash her what I've been told is a particularly charming grin. She drops her face to her palm, muttering something that sounds a lot like cocky fucking asshole. The look in her eyes when she drags her hand away has me unsure if she'd like to laugh or hurt me. It kinda looks like a mix of both.
You seem to be misunderstanding me.
She drains the remainder of her beer before hopping off her stool. Christ, she's small. I'm sitting, and I'm still towering over her. She steps in real close, getting right up in my face, though I have to stare down at her. She smells good, like freshly baked banana bread. Is that weird? All I know is I want to taste her.
I have absolutely no desire.
She starts slowly, enunciating every word for my benefit, I guess.
To be another notch in your bedpost. I'm sure this whole messy hair, pretty green eyes, crooked smile bullshit you've got going on melts many panties. But not mine.
My fingers have a mind of their own, wrapping around her hips, pulling her between my legs. I smile as I dip my head, holding her gaze. So, you admit it. You think I'm pretty. Olivia rolls her eyes.
There's not a bit of me that's surprised that that's your only takeaway.
She gestures over her shoulder.
You can have any girl you want. Go find someone else to take for breakfast.
Well, that won't do. The breakfast offer was exclusive to her. But I want you, I whined playfully, catching her hand and lacing my fingers through hers. It's soft and warm, tiny, mine swallowing hers right up, and she watches the pat of my thumb ghost over her creamy skin. You look and smell outrageously delicious, and you have a brain cell in your head when it comes to hockey. You've told me to go fuck myself in at least 3 roundabout ways, and I can't remember the last time I've been this attracted to someone. Her hand relaxes in mine as she steps a bit closer. Her palm skims the edge of my thigh, fingertips dancing up my arm before she brushes her warm touch across my jaw. Her face lifts at the same time mine drops, and the fire in her gaze holds all the promise of one hell of an unforgettable night. Her breath coats my lips, and when I run my tongue across them, I swear I can taste her.
Has anyone ever been able to tell you no?
She asks on a whisper. My chest puffs with pride. Never. A wide grin blooms on her face.
Well, I guess there's a first time for everything.
My forehead crumples as I blink down at her hand slipping from mine as she steps out of reach. What?
Enjoy the rest of your night.
She calls over her shoulder before she squeezes through the crowd, disappearing. Well, fuck me sideways. I don't like this.
Chapter 4. Gonna be a no from me. Olivia. Sundays and hangovers are made for 2 things: junk food and naps. All I want is a greasy cheeseburger the size of my head and a supersized fry. Instead, I'm sitting in a Starbucks, slurping down an iced latte in the middle of December like I might perish without it, while eating one of those ridiculously healthy macros boxes, all because McDonald's isn't serving lunch for another 15 minutes. My best friend Kara arches one perfectly shaped brow in the direction of my drink. It's cold as fuck balls, Liv. I hum around my straw and tuck my hands into the sleeves of my sweater. Winter is coming. Winter is here, she replies. The Game of Thrones reference going where I thought it would, clear over her head. And you're drinking a fucking iced coffee. Iced latte, I correct, picking at my cheese and fruit protein box. I poke the hard-boiled egg. Seriously, what is this? I'm not into it. This is what I eat Monday to Friday, not Sunday morning after drinking half my body weight in beer the night before. Sighing, I snap the lid in place. I give up. I'm making Kara take me through the McDonald's drive-thru on our way back to her place. I don't care what's in your drink, Ollie, just that it's fucking frozen. I'm a tea drinker, decaffeinated. Kara says I'm a psychopath, but caffeine makes my stomach hurt and gives me the jitters. It's borderline terrifying when I drink coffee. This morning, though, I need it. I'm sure I'm not functioning all that properly. But I also hate hot coffee, so my options were limited when we ordered 10 minutes ago. The barista looked at me like I had 5 heads and asked me to repeat my order. My head hurts. I pout, giving her the puppy dog eyes. Kara's pout rivals mine. She pushes that bottom lip out as far as it'll go and tilts her blonde head. Aw, Muffin, you partied too hard. My feet are killing me. I'm in major need of a foot soak, or a rub. In fact, I hook one leg around Kara's ankle and scrub myself up and down her long calf. She shakes me off. I'm not rubbing your feet. Maybe Em will when we get back. I make a face. I'm not asking your boyfriend to rub my feet. Why? She pops a grape in her mouth. He's got nice hands. Big, strong. She pumps her brows. Magic. Things I don't need to know. I flick my straw wrapper at her. Kara shifts backward, slinging one leg over the other. Her eyes slant as she studies me. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? I sip my drink. My God, it's spectacular. I may not sleep for days. What elephant? Elephant might be the wrong word. How about 6'4" wall of sexed up muscle reminiscent of a Marvel superhero or a Grecian god? My gaze glides over the cafe. Not seeing that either. She pokes the inside of her cheek with her tongue, the corners of her mouth lifting. Carter Beckett is the damn elephant, Liv. Ah, that elephant. I check the polish on my nails. We've already talked about him. In fact, I just managed to get his irritating, narcissistic face off my mind. I was 3 mojitos and 5 tequila shots deep. I don't remember a single word of that conversation. There wasn't a whole lot of talking. It was mostly Kara putting me in a headlock and towing me as far away as possible from Carter Beckett, captain of the Vancouver Vipers, multimillionaire and playboy extraordinaire. To her credit, she did attempt to lay out a handful of reasons I should absolutely stay away from him, but it was difficult to understand her through the slurring and the hors d'oeuvres she kept shoving in her mouth every time a server walked by. You told me to keep my distance, and I told you I'd already put it between us. There was a moment, a very brief one with my hand in his piercing emerald eyes holding me, that I might have considered it. Maybe. To be determined. I blame the alcohol for mistakes nearly made. Carter Beckett is the definition of sexy. He's arrogance dressed in expensive clothing, smooth, corded muscles, and a charming smile. And quite possibly the face of chlamydia. I can't be certain. I'm sure he takes precautions, but the man gets around like a globetrotter.